Girl, we got some tea?
With the honey and the sugar.
Nah, we gonna need some wine for this one.
Well, wine me, please.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Wine Me Please podcast. Where your favorite trio is here to slay the airways on this here couch. My name is Shaniqua.
It's your girl Dominique.
And Candace.
Y'all know what time it is. Dominique, tell them what we drinking.
We drinking some stuff that y'all can't pronounce and neither can we. But we know it's gonna be good. I'm a little under the weather, so blame it on the baby germs. But this wine is from French. It is a French brand wine. It's called La Vieille. You don't pronounce the L's. Get that together. La Vieille Ferme Le Baron Blanc of 2024. It's an elegant color of bright pale yellow with a shiny green undertones, which you guys can see. Mm-hmm. It's fresh and vivacious like Shaniqua. The nose is dominated by aromas of citrus, delicately mixed with notes of white flower and lemon zest. I'm a citrus girlie, so I'm pretty excited about this. The palate opens with a lively, delicious, and tangy attack. They aggressive. Then reveals a crunchy, I don't know about that, texture with tasty aromas of green apples and delicate white flowers. A great balance between tangy fruit and freshness, pure and elegant and refreshing finish is punctuated by light saline notes, which give the wine length and sapidity. Pairs well with simple meal or as an aperitif, which means you can just drink it by itself. 12.5% alcohol. We are excited for this. We are actually going straight. We're not doing a charcuterie with this one. We want to just enjoy it by itself, appreciate it by itself. It's kind of like when people say if you cook good barbecue, you don't need to put no barbecue sauce on it. That's what we're doing with this. So we ain't pairing it with nothing. We just going to take it as is.
Take it to the head.
Exactly. So we're going to swirl this, sniff it, and sip it.
Cheers it.
Cheers it, because I know I be forgetting about that. My nose stopped up and I can still smell this.
I was going to say, I don't know who said something about it sticking to the glass, but it has like that nice
pour
from the glass.
Drip.
Yeah.
It does.
It tastes good.
I like it. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, it's nice.
Okay, friends.
All right.
This is nice. This is cute. I think it's seasonal. You can do it. I mean, trans-seasonal. I think you can. Is that even a word?
I was gonna say I learned something today.
I'm about to say nowadays you can put trans with everything if you want to mix it up a little bit.
I was like, that's okay. Teach and learn me something.
Trans seasonal may not be a thing, but I feel like you can do it across seasons.
It's universal.
Universal. Yeah, I can definitely do this.
A slow sip.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually more used for clothing, but you know.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. We're going to use it for the wine today. Shout out to
good old Google.
Okay, thank you.
Shout out to the fact check.
Before people got the people was gonna be like, what do you mean?
Right. It is a word. All right. Okay. Well, our topic of today is coming from no other than Candace.
Why y'all put it on me? Put it on me. Well, I figured, social work month, us three being social workers, just our perspective of like what's been going on, let's say the first year of the new administration and how it's impacted the communities that we serve and we help. And us just being Black women too. I thought about just not just the population we serve, but 300,000 Black women, losing their jobs within the first year of this administration. So I thought it was important for us to talk about those things as Black women, as social workers, to see like how is that impacting us, our communities, and what we saw the first year.
Yeah, I think for myself in terms of the population, so I think I kind of spoke on this before. I think with being middle class, it's one of those hard places to be in, but it's also you don't have enough. You have enough help, but you don't have enough help. You know what I'm saying? But it's also sometimes when you're in middle class, you don't always feel the impact of the administration because you're not necessarily utilizing the benefits that are being cut, or sometimes you're not one of the people that is being affected. However, with a social worker, I am impacted by it by those who I work with. Right. And it's the vicarious stress of it all. It's like you vicariously feeling overwhelmed by what other people are experiencing. So it's been hard in that case. It's been hard, like seeing people be impacted by it, and now I feel like not like I have to save them, but it's like I have to figure out how I can help them.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of pressure,
Mhm.
in terms of the workspace. I don't necessarily feel like I've been impacted in my own home outside of seeing what other people are witnessing, which can bring stress on me, stress on my
Mhm.
husband, stuff like that though, which is unfortunate.
No, that's true. I think I would have to agree. Thankfully, I haven't been impacted directly, or at least not to my knowledge, right? But I have seen it impact some of my clients,
Mhm.
right? With so many changes that's happening, and then their jobs being affected by it, their insurance being affected by it, and even like just with companies trying to take the easy way out when it comes to insurance and put more onto their employees because they don't want to take on that,
The risk, that
yeah,
additional,
exactly.
yeah.
And so then you have co-pays and deductibles and all
Mhm.
that stuff increasing like nobody's
Mhm.
business, and it takes a toll because we're in a space right now where clients are choosing between, do I want to take this now $50 copay and pay for a therapy session, or do I want to go put it on groceries?
Yeah.
That part.
Right, because groceries are
Expensive.
now. I will say that is how I'm being impacted.
I was gonna say,
I
yeah,
will say that
and
when I
yeah,
think about it,
yeah.
because I grocery shop on a weekly basis. And it's two of us in my household. You is like what, four of y'all in your household,
Yeah.
and you.
Right.
But it's like, and when you're trying to eat healthy,
Produce is expensive,
right?
Yeah.
It's so much more, and you're like, what did I just buy?
Mhm.
And then you're looking at credit cards and you're looking at all those things, and it's like it's just adding up so fast. And what at one point when you was usually able to just keep up with, like, okay, I budgeted for groceries. What used to be a $300 a month grocery bill is now almost a $600 a month grocery bill.
And we talk about groceries. We don't talk about toiletries, like paper towel, toilet paper, like the stuff to cleaning supplies. Like all of that stuff has gone up too.
Yeah. And if you're not a person who buys in bulk,
Right.
it's even worse because usually if you can buy them both from like a Sam's Club or some
Yeah.
Costco's or whatever the case may be, you get it a little bit cheaper. But everybody don't have that luxury either. They buying it day by day, week by week, month by month because of finances and budgeting out. So that's like I said, I have the impact I've been seeing around me is just more of the financial things costing so much, and everything was those terrorists or whatever is being passed on to us because the business is not finna take that hit themselves, and it just keep rising and rising.
That's why I'm glad you mentioned middle class, because I feel like that's where it does hit eventually. Like we feel like it doesn't impact us, but it does in so many instances. And I thought about even when you were saying like we're doing good enough, we're not directly impacted, but we still have like that survivor's guilt of how much can we do, that we have to stretch to try to give as much as we can give too, but it still has that guilt of you still want to see your community do better.
Exactly.
And even when you brought up insurance for us too, I think about when people say it doesn't affect us, when Medicaid and all those things get cut, the hospital still has to figure out their budgeting too.
Yeah.
And so when their prices start going up or they're losing money, insurance premiums are going to start impacting our insurance plans too. Because I've noticed that already, paying out of pocket for insurance, like premiums going up.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's car insurance or house insurance has gone up or noticed.
That's been going up for the last 4 years.
Yeah. So insurance companies are not going to be like, oh no, let's help the people. They're going to always make sure they profit, and we're going to get affected by that too.
Yeah, we just actually, because it's during open enrollment. Sorry, y'all. Y'all can hear me scratching my throat. But during open enrollment, we were all on my husband's insurance, and then we just had to sit down like, okay, let's see who got the cheaper what.
Right.
So now we got medical for him, but my job had just started giving us free dental and vision regardless, including family.
That's nice.
So I was like, well, we gonna do medical with you. We gonna put the dental and the vision over here, and even if they do start charging, at least it's not all on one person. Even if they do decide to start charging us, just how we can break up the insurance there, because it is a lot when they start taking more and more out of your check, and it just becomes a lot, and this really is unfortunate. But even with just thinking about, and just in terms of the whole middle class thing, we are just in that sticky place where it's kind of like, okay, we are, I wouldn't necessarily even call it middle class. It feels more like a coasting class. Like
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
just getting by.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that just getting by is like, look,
If you have enough for a little emergency fund, just a little bit, that's just like a little bit of room. You're lucky, to be honest.
Exactly. So it's even hard to be like, oh, you're like in the middle, and it's like, that middle seems more stable than what we are. Like being middle class sounds more stable. I
It-
want to say
Right,
stable
I,
exactly
don't even,
stable.
I feel like it's not even the middle class anymore. It's like my dad's
Exactly.
saying, like,
It's just
they're
lower
literally
middle
trying
class.
to get rid of
The
middle
middle
It's like
class,
lower middle
yeah.
class.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't exist anymore. It's like
Yeah.
you're
If you
either
under
low
250, I think you're like lower middle class.
or you're
Seriously.
in the 1%, or you know upper class or whatever they want to classify it. It's like the middle class just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Because every change that's being made, we're the ones who affect it in reality the most.
Affected with no help.
Exactly. Because
Well, yeah, with no support.
the
Yeah.
lower are they called lower class? I don't think they're called lower class. I don't want to call them lower class.
I just say
I
impoverished.
just say low socioeconomic.
Okay, the low socioeconomic group. I like that better. They have more resources, right?
Exactly.
Than or at least more access
They have
to
They
resources
on
than
paper,
we
it's like
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
now I can get support for us. So it's like if you
Exactly.
don't have,
I can't even get a link card if I wanted to.
yeah,
You know, they're like, oh no, you live in a household with a man or just with a partner,
That part.
and y'all got 2 incomes. But it's like, but we're still just surviving.
Yeah.
that was my question when I quit my job on me getting insurance. I was like, are you going off my pay stuff from last year, or are you going off of what I'm making right
Right.
now as a struggling
Independent,
therapist?
right.
Because I'm not making what I was making last year when you tell me my insurance plan is this.
Yeah.
So yeah, even with that.
Oh, well, I didn't know they go off your income.
Well, yeah, for some of that stuff, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. So,
That was something you said. I forgot. I wanted to piggyback on,
but yeah. But what is summary? I think Black women, I feel like, have been the most impacted this year on what that's looked like. Even with SNAP benefits, I think that was directed towards the way it's been projected or perceived is that it's an attack on Black women when Black, white, Mexican, everybody use SNAP benefits.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the narrative, even from our own community, even from Black men, I'm gonna say that too. Just even the narrative of how it's looked with the benefits being threatened and taken away, it's almost like it seems like as an attack on Black women.
Yeah. It was this dude on Instagram. It was not Instagram, TikTok. It was very random. I was scrolling and came across it. And he was saying, and he was talking about that. Basically, he was like, "Yeah, what y'all gonna do now? Like, y'all ain't got y'all benefits.
It's
y'all,
sad
they
that
cutting
that
all
came
y'all
out.
benefits, all y'all government benefits now. Way all that we don't need a man. Now y'all finna need us. Blah blah blah." And it's like,
I saw one too. It was so derogatory. It was like, "Hey, dudes, they back fucking for $40 and da 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 da. You fill up their grocery or they fridge, it's good to go." Like,
and it's crazy.
I was like, wow.
And it's so crazy because the Black community isn't the face of SNAP benefits.
It isn't. It
It's
isn't.
not the face
Of welfare,
government.
period.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
a period.
And it never has been.
And statistically, in our communities, those that have used it eventually get out of it. Like they've
Yeah.
used it as a stepping stone, as it's meant
That's what it's
and
supposed to be
intended
used
to
for.
be.
Right.
And so this narrative, that's how you have so many educated Black women. Because yes, some of us have had to use that support to get out of it, but once they did, they did.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
it, so again,
I never understand that when your mama used to feed your ass off a week cereal and all the other types of food stamps. So
and to look down on
out
people
here.
afterwards
Kicks,
as if you didn't see, even if you didn't directly, someone in your family directly probably has experienced or have gone through that. So even to, I've seen middle class people looking
Yeah.
down on those like, well, just get a job, like da 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 da. I don't know if people are realizing people are not employing.
They're
That's
really not.
that's what's happening as well in this year. You see a lot of employers with help wanted signs in the front, but ain't nobody hiring. They're just doing
Exactly.
the logistics of interviews, but you soon get that email with we went with another option and nobody
And
really
that
got
other
hired.
option is typically usually giving Corey a 50-cent raise and having him do more work.
Doing more work,
Or she
or
exactly.
you
So-
writing it off as a tax write-off that you couldn't find. What is it called? Like people that met the eligibility for that job.
Right.
So you can sit there and call it off as your business as a loss that you weren't able to hire anybody. Because businesses, again, if they can't afford to hire people, again, they're going to make the people that's already there do more work.
Exactly.
I saw somebody post on Facebook and it was like they had a client I don't know if it was you or
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else. They was like had applied for like 600.
She had applied
jobs
for
this year.
over 600 jobs
Yeah.
this year since like March, and has a bachelor's degree in the healthcare field, and nobody was hiring her. She's doing grocery bagging, and I was just like, that's so she went back to school again to try to get another certification to see if I'm more
And you know what,
hireable
to
if
be
I get
honest,
something
And
else.
this may sound horrible, but it's unfortunate. But and this is gonna go off topic, but I'm bringing it right back to topic. But in situations like this, you almost have to make yourself less marketable to get a job.
Mhm.
Like you have to take the degree off.
Yeah.
Take the because in their mind, most employers, because they are budgeting themselves,
You're
higher
gonna
degree, higher
negotiate
pay.
more. You're gonna want to negotiate more money.
Exactly. But I forgot who I was talking to, but I was like, the sad thing is that when this administration is over, we're literally going to have to try to make America great again.
Yeah, that was me talking
Oh,
about
God.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
Like,
To redo everything that's been undone.
and we're literally, did you do this on purpose, sir? Did you want us to use your phrase that bad? Like, now we literally have to try and make it better. We have to try to make, because after everything is said and done, it's going to be hard to come back. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, a lot of mistrust, I think, in that too, because like I think we've had this conversation about this whole two-party system for a while about it's not working. I think we are legit seeing that conversation really like, okay, what are we doing? Because this really ain't working. For it to get out of control this bad, and we're looking at our advocates, we're looking at our representatives, like somebody stop him, somebody do something, and to feel helpless and powerless. I feel like that's how generally most people feel about the government in general.
But a part
no matter what side you sit on.
It's that, and then two, it's like on one part, it's like we want somebody to do something, but on the other hand, it's like, no, we're gonna let y'all, so we gonna sit back so y'all can see what y'all did.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't enjoy the circumstances that we're in, but y'all did it. And y'all, and now y'all are affected by it too, and now y'all are seeing what we were trying, not even just we, but people who are on the other side were trying to stop the whole time, so.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really honestly appreciating like the whole movement of like Black women saying, I'm not getting into that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even engaging. I'm not even wasting my time or the energy. Like when they actually had the during that time that they had the King's movement. What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the
that,
king,
like,
yeah,
no
no
King's
King's
March.
March, yeah.
They were absolutely no Black, and all the Black women was just like, we're not doing it anymore.
Because
Right.
it's a nice gesture, but at the end of
Because
the day,
what
it's
is it
still
for us?
performative. Yeah, like it's still
Right.
like what was the result of it? It was nice imagery,
Exactly.
and I don't want to negate that. But what was the result of that? Because we're still looking at the same picture.
We're still here.
We're still here with less taken away, right? With no food stamps, with and even what I heard what the the vote about same-sex marriage and things like that. Like it's to have these conversations, abortion rights, things like that, to sit here and have to have these redundant conversations that we thought we moved past. Okay, you guys marched, but did we get anything back?
Did we get anything done?
Get anything done? So, yeah. I feel like we're still relaxing. We're in a sense of our step back, but I still think Black people are still doing, Black women are still doing things in the community. They're just not looking for praise or applaud.
I think now for me it's more so like I'm not even trying to make a large movement or a large impact. It's more so like what can I do with where I'm at in my community, on my block, in my household, like.
And that's what I mean.
And it's like exactly, so it's just kind of like everything outside of that. To be honest,
Is out, yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
In my community, my people, like anything outside of that. Not that I can't help you, because I can. I just don't have the energy to.
That part. Don't have the energy.
So,
What our last show say? I match effort,
not energy. Exactly.
And as a country, y'all not putting in effort.
It's reactive. It's late.
I don't have nothing for y'all.
That's what it is. It's reactive. It's late because it's like when it was us, especially like Black men being gunned down. When it was us having these conversations, nothing got moved. But now that it's impacting another community, now it's a bigger picture, and now it's like, oh, this is getting out of hand. And we empathize with that, but it's also like, okay, we tried to warn y'all. And instead of trying to break down these systems, people want to assimilate to them.
Right.
And then again, still look down on black people when it's like, oh, now you get it. You can assimilate as much as you want. You are still a second-class citizen in this country.
Yeah. They gonna realize, just like any relationship for most women, but especially black women, when we quiet, we done.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. You should have been there when we was yelling and, you know, hooping and hollering and fighting for y'all and fighting for things to be well. But now, no. I'm not doing it. It's done.
Somebody else to do it.
I'm gonna do the boots on the ground. While
How do
I'm
y'all
doing
feel
this work.
about, especially, you know, you being a mom, having a kid, and, you know, you parenting? How do y'all feel about the education system and then pulling like Black history and things like that out of museums and schools? And because that's something that's changed this year too, is the amount of history being pulled out of culture.
I've always been an advocate for your child's education doesn't happen at school.
True.
So, and that's why we are, like, we are very big on, like, if we got to do the teaching, then we got to do the teaching. Like, if we got to pay the extras, then we got to pay the extras.
I see a lot of parents doing homeschooling now.
A lot of parents are doing homeschooling.
I've been thinking about that myself.
So,
I'm like,
so
that may be a real option.
it's unfortunate. I don't like it. But I also, personally, for me, I truly don't really feel like it's the school's responsibility to have to teach it. I feel like only because I don't trust them to teach it right anyway.
Right. I mean, it's been watered down for years anyway.
Exactly. So at this point, it's like, I don't even want my history to be your responsibility.
If you're not going to do it
If
right.
you're not going to do it right. Just don't do it.
Where's the responsibility of making them do it right, though? I feel like I feel like that's the thing is, where's the responsibility on them that you should be teaching this equitably and fair and just honestly?
Yeah, I don't even know how you could even get to that. Like, where do you even?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we've always put the responsibility on them, like as community, the society, or whatever. But they always still do whatever they want to do. So it's like, all right, take a note, because at some point in general, you just have to get out of denial as well of like, okay, they gonna teach them, but in reality, they keep showing us, no, we not gonna teach them. We gonna do whatever we want to do, the way we want to do it. So it's like you said, parents are starting, especially Black parents, are starting to say, you know what?
Take it back.
Yeah, I peep game on what y'all doing. I'm starting to be more mindful and be more involved. Let me do my part because I know what y'all doing in there.
I also question
and I think
too.
It's really quick. And I think it also depends on what state you're in. Yeah. What community you live in, and what school you go to, and the quality of the teachers. Yeah. Because I remember being in high school, and I had a whole African American history class. Yeah, same. It was an elective, but I had the class, and a lot of us took that class and loved it. And it was taught by a black woman who knew her stuff and was very involved. And so, yeah, I got to learn stuff that other people just wasn't learning, or more in depth about it. But the system overall never cared.
Exactly. And then also too, I think I find myself torn between, I feel like Black history in terms of the slave trade. I feel like, I don't really know how to put it, but I feel like that's not, my child don't need to learn that from the school. Y'all children need to learn it. Their white counterparts and the other nationalities need to learn it, so they can understand more. But like, and I would rather just teach my child that. I don't know. I'm just torn because a part of
You're not trying to traumatize them in a sense of like cultural trauma.
But repeat that.
Is it that you don't want to like traumatize them in that sense?
No, because I want them to know. A part of me is just kind of like, I feel like schools focus so much on the slave part of it. Yeah. Instead of the resilience, the resilient pieces of it. Like, the same way you teach them about the great people and the great inventors and white people and Hispanic people, like, their stories are always so, like, seem triumphant. And then when we start teaching about Black people and African Americans, it's like very dark and always slave focused. And although that is true, we are more than that.
I was gonna
So
say
just
I
feel
was.
like, when do you?
I feel
Where's
like
the balance?
I was gonna say I feel like I was always seeing black figures in a good light, like as like exemplary people. I didn't see it as negative, and I think the part about the slave part on why I feel like, because I agree, I think that part we've stressed it enough, but I feel like people keep stressing it because it's been gaslit. Because I'm
I can
tired of
see
the
that.
narrative too, but I also think I feel like we have this traumatic response of like, see what you did to us. Like, I need you to understand what you did to us, and they're like, no, we know, we see that shit, but no, okay, next film,
Right.
where it's like we're just repeating ourselves, hoping to get some empathy and understanding of why we're in the conditions that we are now. I think
Yeah.
that's why it's repetitive, but I think both have space in teaching our future of like, this is what happened and this is what we've been through to make us so resilient.
Yeah.
And these are the figures that, because that's how I saw it, like these are the figures that Angela Davis, Frederick Douglass, you know, like those were the faces that taught you resiliency.
Right. And I think for me, at least in school, and I'm not sure how it's being taught. I also want to question more about the curriculum and exactly what are they pulling from it. But if they're pulling all African American history, then that's just bullshit. And we stand 10 toes down on no, that can't be that. But yeah, I think there needs to be like some type of balance. Like, yeah, we can talk about these things, but we need to put a primary focus on where they came from. I mean, where they went from these spaces. But primarily, like, although I would want it to be the school's responsibility, I can't.
That's because we don't have faith in the
you
teachers
I
in the
don't-
schools.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
don't necessarily have faith in the school, faith in the teachers, faith in the schools. Hell, I don't even want my child to go to a type of school, a public school. So then I'd be stuck. Because I was telling Darnell, I was like, although I don't necessarily want my child to go to a public school, I want my child to be very culturally diverse, and I don't want my child to be around a lot of people that don't look like him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that
That's
either.
fair.
Yeah.
I want him to have the proper socialization skills. I don't want to, what word is it? Isolate him, you know, in teachings. I feel like you can learn from seeing how other people learn as well. So it's just so much going back and forth. Darnell is very adamant about private school. And I'm like, is it a black one?
Right.
Like,
There
is
are
there a
people
black
out
private
there.
school?
You just gotta do some hardcore research. So I
Yeah.
think we was talking about that one school that's not far from y'all. It's like Morgan Park.
Yeah, Morgan Park Academy.
Yeah, the Morgan Park Academy, not the high school. But it's like it costs so much money.
So we were looking at Morgan Park Academy. We were also looking at the lab, the university lab.
Yeah, that's one expensive too.
It's very, very expensive. But yeah, like we went to go tour it, and like all the little kids that had that. This is like probably like up to the age of 5. It was about 30 of the same type of scooter, just like lined up. And I'm like, let me Google what type of scooter this is. Why the fuck all these kids got this same scooter?
That's where your tuition going.
Nah, it was it was like their personal scooters, but it just it was like one of those things where it's kind of like everybody has on a new pair of J's. One of those.
All
type
the
of things, how we
privilege
was in
of
high school.
everybody.
So all the kids had the
Nobody
same.
walking to school. We taking our scooters.
Exactly. Okay, if you don't have this scooter, you're not it. Okay, that scooter was almost
Recess look
$200
chaotic.
I was like, all these kids got this damn scooter. I said, so this is how it is under the age of 5. It's like the Stanley Cup.
Right. I was
Trend.
about to say it sound like the Stanley Cup in that
Like the
whatever.
Stanley Cup
That
trend,
spray
but
brown
for
book bag.
exactly, but
trend.
for kids. But anyway, you know, even just thinking about how politics is in schools, it's just all a lot. That's how I'm hoping that we will have the strongest influence on our child, and even then it's kind of hard because they're in school 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, if you really think about it, you don't spend a lot of time with your kids during the week. They're literally at school 8 hours a day. If they have extracurricular activities, they're doing that. They come home, they do homework, they eat, they may play, they go to sleep. You start all over. So it's just it's kind of hard. And so,
Being in school for 8 hours a day is crazy. Like
Insane.
looking at it as an adult, it's like
it's grooming them to go
To
to the
work.
workforce.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 8 hours a day, especially like when you really learn about other methods, schooling methods like homeschooling and like the cohort groups that some
Yeah.
people have in their communities.
Mhm.
And it's just like you can do school for 4 hours a day and get the same, if not better, quality of education. And your kids can be so far advanced. Like, because there's in other countries, they only do school for about 4 hours a day.
Because the mind literally can only.
That's
hold
really
so
all
much
you really need.
Yeah,
Yep.
information.
seriously.
I
And
gotta
they
step away.
focus on the main topics, you know, the what, read and write,
Arithmetic.
English, math, science, whatever the case may be. Yeah, like in other countries, like the kids do homeschooling, not necessarily homeschooling, but they're not in school for 8 hours a day.
Exactly.
And then they come here and they're very far advanced. Then
And they're actually teaching them like life skill stuff,
Yeah.
like how to take care of themselves.
Exactly. Not only are they learning like the math, the reading, the writing, they're also learning the
Cooking,
like
like
life skill
organizing.
stuff.
Yep.
And it's like, what happened? And then like, cause it was a statistic going around that was saying like, I forgot whatever the percentage of America are in
Literacy
like third
rate?
grade. Is it third or sixth?
I think
grade?
6th grade literacy.
grade
Yeah,
literacy.
it's like 60% or
Crazy.
something like that. The literacy is below 6th
60%
grade.
of Americans
Something like that.
I don't
Can't
know.
read above the 6th grade.
can't read above, but y'all got the people at school.
And
for
he
8 hours
directly,
a day.
your administration directly quoted. He said, "Unintelligent or uneducated people like me." I'm like, do y'all feel like this? Y'all not insulted? Like, y'all don't think this is on purpose at all? But that's the thing is like when people don't read the fine print, and if you have enough people,
That
which
part.
this is what happened,
Don't
right?
read the
Nobody
fine
read
print.
it. Nobody read the fine print, and now we're like, oh, he said he
Yeah.
was gonna do what? Oh yeah, you
Even
didn't
when
read
Kamala was saying the fine print out loud.
out loud. Nobody wanted to read the fine print. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, he said
Well,
he
people
said he was
expecting
gonna do
another
this,
stimulus check.
and
that's
it wasn't.
sad.
It wasn't
And
worth all
he
that.
Didn't even. He's not even the one who gave the original stimulus check.
Yeah,
What we had like.
because that was already in order before he got into administration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He actually held it so that he can sign his name on it to make it
Yeah.
seem like he gave it.
Ridiculous.
Even with the SNAP thing too, he had 2 federal judges say he was breaking the law before he said, okay, I'm gonna help you guys because the Democrats won't do anything.
Right.
Like, no,
and-
you just got ordered by the court. Don't act like you're the hero.
But it's like if you really look at it, he does all these things knowing that he can't really do it. But he says it. So then, like you said, you got 2 judges saying no, that's actually breaking the law. You can't do that. He didn't come back and look like
Right.
Yeah.
the savior to
Yeah.
some of the people, not to all the uneducated people like himself, as he said, right? But to the intelligent people, we peeped game a long time ago.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
also why I feel like as black women, we're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, this is all of a sudden a big deal to y'all, but this been a big deal. We've learned to adjust as we've been adjusting our entire lives.
Yeah.
We know how to operate in this space.
Yeah.
It's
And it's unfortunate, but it is
I was
what
about
it
to say
is.
it's very tiring because we want a break. Like,
And honestly, yeah, in a universal woo-woo type of way, I feel like, you know me, like with the black women being unemployed right now, I feel like we were forced to rest. Like a lot of
Yeah.
women were just like, and they're figuring it out. A lot of them are. I know a lot of black women are struggling right now, but they do have a sense of community and support that I feel like they're still being, encouraged and
Yeah.
uplifted
Yeah.
where they're not and destitute. But I do feel like it's like universally black women just need to rest.
Yeah.
Like this is our just time to just, you know what, this ain't our fight.
Yeah, no, seriously. And that's why, like, I stay in my bubble most of the time. Like, even with the whole thing, that's been going on with, like, ICE and all the other stuff, like I know I've called you, like, hey, y'all good out there? Because I know they, like, heavy in the city, and while I'm in the suburbs. And I'm like, y'all good? What you be seeing out there? Like, how your husband doing? Because I know he a first responder. And it's like, who's all affected? Even me having to ask my mama, like, what you seeing? Because she's a union rep person. So, they got to fight for different things. And I'm like, what y'all seeing out there? Like, because I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
Me neither.
The drama
I'll
of
be
it
so
all. And I was
disconnected.
telling her, I think I actually told both of y'all recently, like, just the drama of it all has started to just affect me and causing me to have anxiety. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on social media like that. If I'm not on one particular page that's all loving family,
Exactly.
I hop on and hop off. Facebook, oh, somebody's birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Right.
Like,
And Facebook, they even write the message for you.
that part, post. Oh, that looks good. Post, so that's a little too much. I don't even know them.
Right.
Take that word out. Just say happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to restrict what you're taking in at this point because it's so much drama and negativity.
Yeah.
You know, as Pastor Hannah like to say, this is a spiritual warfare going on.
That is. It is. It absolutely is.
Like, baby, all I can do is pray about it.
Yeah.
My little brother was talking to me the other day. He was like, you know what you, because his birthday is coming up. And you saying that just made me think about it. He was like, you know what you can get for me? I said, the only thing I can do for you is pray.
I'm choosing radical joy because I feel like that's the opposition of what's wanted right now. I think, you know, society wants to be exacerbated, it wants to be exhausted, it wants to be overwhelmed, and I'm like, I'm gonna choose joy. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna make the best out of it. Because if somebody do decide to nuke this bitch, I really wouldn't be too upset about it. Because right now, this shit is out of hand.
No,
so I'm just like, you know what? We don't. You know how the old people say living in our last day. You really start to feel like you really don't know. So
any day now.
I'm really on some YOLO. Like, yeah.
Like, so much so, like, I have a running joke right now. I be like, it's such a dark joke, but
I'm with it.
When the Lord comes, just let me be with my husband so we can hold hands and go to the afterlife together. Because I can't. When they start bombing it, whatever they gonna
whatever
do
happens,
to US
because they're testing missiles testing nuclear missiles that haven't been tested in years.
They can take out.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. Just let me be with my man because we're going together.
I just don't want to be in the U.S. That's why I'm always. I'm like, I'm ready to go somewhere. Just don't let me be here. Let me travel. Let me go somewhere else. Nah,
you ain't wrong.
Yes.
True. If I'm here, let me be with my man.
Yeah, I just be thinking like that. Like other countries are just like laughing at
us.
But you know, honestly, because I do watch the news in a sense, everybody's in disarray right now. Every pocket, you got a lot going on in Africa, Sudan, Congo. I mean, you still have Gaza, Palestine. French they dealing with their own stuff. I feel like everybody is kind of dealing with their government and their own issue right now. And it's really just us against billionaires. At the end of the day, each of these countries are going through something because people are greedy at the top.
Yeah.
So now people talking about boycotting Dubai. I was like, who had money for Dubai? Like, I was like, what?
Exactly. Right.
So
why they boycotting Dubai? What happened?
Because they're the ones draining resources from Congo and Sudan and like this war on Africa.
But the 30 people from the U.S. to go to Dubai a year, is it really gonna make that look?
That's what I was like. I was like, look, that was never me, babe. I never had that money.
Boycott Dubai, sure, never been. Yeah, I stand with you.
I don't my money. I don't know what's happening.
I'll stop buying their skincare. That's where I'm at.
Stop buying their Dubai chocolate.
That's where I was at.
Never had none of that.
But yeah, so I think we're all kind of going through something. But I also keep in mind what they want to feed us in the media.
Yeah,
what they want us to
know. That's why I don't watch it.
Yeah.
Because half the stuff is just BS and is meant to drive you up the wall.
Mm-hmm. And I also find too that people, the thing with media to me is that media is also just like people ran with like no type of media background. Mm-hmm. And you have to just be cautious of what you allow yourself to see on social media because most of the people that post things don't fact check. Mm-hmm. They don't even go as far as to click on it to see if it was real. Mm-hmm. They don't even go as far as to word check to see if the spelling it. Like they just to see if it's something that's real. Like before they
the AI stuff, the AI images.
AI is getting out
and the
of
fact
hand.
that some people can't even. I mean, AI is decent, but if you pay attention hard enough, you and seen that. Oh wait, that person has 3 legs. It's AI. Like you just have to look close enough to know. Like before you repost something. Mm-hmm. Like there's this
people reposting Jamaica's tragedy before it even happened. Exactly. I was like, that's not even happening yet. Like in real time, people were just posting a bunch. I was like, y'all are rage baiting.
And what I hate the most too is that like some people have access to this. Maybe I just be thinking about my brain, but I just be like, I don't even understand the people that do this.
The benefit.
What's the
what
point?
Do you gain from
what are you gaining from?
Because Facebook pays out. That's what I had to keep in mind. I was like, Facebook pays out. So as long as if people just get engagement, they are more worried about their pockets, which is, again, a sense of media control is to get people to just...
Which is so it's just like you rather
Anti-intellectualism.
money. Oh, like I understand. I don't understand, so I'm not gonna even try. But yeah, it's very frustrating. Like I get so irritated when I see people do stuff like, did you even
That's
click
why
on the goddamn
that's
video?
why I don't be on them like that, because like you said, people just be doing stuff or just resharing something. Like I said, they not fact checking, and it's just like, okay, what is? So if I'm scrolling on any social media platform at this point and it looks crazy, I just hurry up and keep scrolling, or I hurry up and exit out because I don't want
Your
the
algorithm to
algorithm
change
to
it. Yeah.
change. Exactly.
At this point, I just stay on Pinterest.
I be on my pet videos, my cats and dog videos.
No, for real. It's just you gotta make the algorithm what you need it to be for your joy.
You can't even watch a full video of something
can't.
that's not a part of like your normal algorithm, or it's gonna change it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you stay for the whole video.
If you talk about something around your phone will pick it up. I've noticed
No,
that too.
seriously.
It'll start bringing topics that you talked about around your phone.
Seriously, no, for real though. That's why like I don't need certain things. I don't even have my phone. I don't have no electronics in me. I'll go in my closet. Like I recently started like praying in my closet, and it's like, and I did it because like my anxiety.
Are you gonna create a prayer closet?
Yeah,
I was gonna say I've heard that
bought some
before.
stuff. I'm just creating. I am gonna create a little spot in my closet for it, so y'all will see the video. But yeah, I was like, because one day I was just like, my anxiety was so high, and I was just like, I just was praying, and all I heard, like my man, I just heard go in the closet.
Yeah.
And so like I set my phone down because it was early. You know, I get up like really early in the morning. I just set my phone down, and I just went in the closet and I was just praying. You know, just for my anxiety and just a peace of mind, just in general.
Yeah.
And it just felt so good after the fact. Just sit there, just you, your prayer, your thoughts in God, and just not have to worry about like my phone picking up something I'm saying, my watch, the TV, because everything is smart
private.
devices, right?
Privacy.
And so it's just like, nah, I just need a moment because it's just too
much. Yeah.
Just too much going on. Like you said, you say certain things on the phone, all of a sudden, it's picking up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, damn, to think. It's like my therapist said, we're in a surveillance state right now.
Yeah.
Like
everything.
Like there's surveillance in everything.
Yeah.
So it's like now I'm like, I'm gonna I find my therapy appointment, I'm putting my phone on airplane mode. Like everything around me is on airplane mode while I'm doing it. Cause you know, you think about like in your therapy sessions, you're talking about very private things.
Very vulnerable things.
You know what I'm saying? By HIPAA, they can't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're trying to kill somebody. That's different. Or kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing all that. But it's just like, you just think about like just things that's vulnerable to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, damn, y'all motherfuckers listen to every damn thing.
Yeah.
It's certain thing. If I need to call, if somebody like, oh, what's going on with you? And I just like, if it's just my personal thing, I'll tell y'all when I see y'all in person.
Right.
If I was going to talk to my husband about certain things that's just like private to me, I'd be like, take the phone up, take your watch out, let's go in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like, that's how much, like, it's just so much drama. Like, when I told y'all start watching, like, certain reality shows, it's just so much drama and negativity around it all. It's just like, I need to remove myself.
Yeah. I know people get annoyed with me. That's why I keep my phone on silent, because I don't want to feel like I have to.
I keep my phone on silent too.
Even with the work phone before, like every time it rang, I would get my heart palpitation. Yeah. So at this point, I've like gone a year with I'm keeping my phone on silent. When I get to it, because I don't want to feel like
that sense of. My phone has been on silent for years. I can't recall the last time I had a ringer on my phone, or I put the ringer on my phone.
My phone always on vibrate.
But
I should
and my people, they get so frustrated with it, 'cause especially when I can't find my phone.
That part when you ain't got your glasses on either.
But yeah, but that was part of the reasons why I don't know why I just feel like I would just get anxiety with getting notifications, and I don't get any type of notifications to my phone. Like you're not gonna, in my mind, I'm like, you can't bring anything to me. If I see it, I have to go and get it, or I have to go and look for it. Like, so. But yeah, just the little things, because
it's literally the little things that just start to make you feel better. Just make your nervous system feel calm again. Because like you said, everything that we're seeing is like, it feels like it's designed to make us like in a frenzy. And it's just like,
because you do nothing when you are like, when people like, it's easy to get caught up in depression and get stuck where you feel powerless, and a lot of people just feel stuck.
My friend, she actually did her dissertation on social media's influence to violence within our community.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really go into, don't really know exactly like what was the outcome of it. However, one of the focuses was how accessible trauma is to us that we don't go looking for.
Mhm.
So just people randomly,
Vicarious trauma.
people posting a stabbing. You just scrolling, you see somebody actually getting stabbed, or see somebody bleeding out on the red line.
I
or somebody
tried
got shot
reporting
on the
that
red
stuff,
line,
and
like,
Facebook don't care anymore. Because back in the day, you used to be able to report it, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh yes, this violates our rules." I still report stuff when I see
Yeah.
that,
They so lame.
and they like, "Oh
All
no,
of
that
them.
doesn't
This
violate standards. You can block. You can
rules.
block the person."
It's
Yeah.
like this violates
It
our
tells
rules,
you to
but the
block
minute
them.
I'm
It tells you to
like,
block
your
them.
ass
I'd be like,
fully
"No, there's
clothed.
so
Right.
I
Yeah.
done violated every rule in America.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
it's too much vicarious trauma, and I think
Yeah.
that in itself is purposeful too.
And that's just in
Absolutely.
general, like, we don't have control over the things that are put in front of us anymore.
And
Unless you
it's-
just go off of social
Yeah.
media. Unless you
Yeah.
just go.
yeah.
Or yeah.
But you know
like
how it was
said,
normalized?
really
It started with
cure
us.
it.
Not to get off topic, but like it started with us. Like it was normalized with us being gunned down and us being,
Yeah.
killed inappropriately. And now that it's spread, now there's the concern.
It's like the opioid epidemic.
Mhm.
Like, it wasn't a concern. Drugs wasn't
Until-
a concern until
it
it
hit
started
the other
affecting
people.
another population. Yeah.
Mhm. So
There wasn't a war on drugs until opioids came into place.
Mhm.
Before then, they didn't give a damn that it was a
Impact
war
like
on
it.
black people and crack.
Yep.
But yeah,
So yeah. A lot has impacted our community, but I thought it was important for us to talk about. And
Absolutely. Always. Always. All right, y'all. Y'all know it. Can I add something?
no, I'm good.
Okay. I look like you had a thought.
I was just gonna say, shout out to our clients who are still resilient and still pushing through these barriers in our communities, because
No,
not that
seriously.
that's
part.
facing on a day to day. So
And not even just the client, just the people.
the
in
people in
community,
general,
too.
yeah,
They're just trying their best
yeah.
and do their best. But y'all know what time it is. Share with everybody and their mama, sister, brother, cousin, daddy. Follow us on all social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Why Me Please Podcast. Okay. And we're not just a podcast for teens.
so why me, please, please. Sorry, try to cut that part out.
And don't forget, if you want our advice, send us an email to advice@whymepleasepodcast.com.